This is just a quick review of the Eastwood 19-inch bead roller. It comes with a set of offset dies and 3 different sizes of beading dies, 1/4, 3/8, and 1/2 inch. And I purchased separately a polyurethane lower die, and I added a steering wheel, an old Grant GT Challenger steering wheel, in order to make this really easy to continuously move. It's a lot easier than reaching the big long handle that it came with. So far I'm happy with this. I've found a few shortcomings, of course, but nothing unexpected for this price point. I did build a stand for this using 3/8 inch steel so I could clamp it to a work surface and move it around easily. And I've used it just a couple of times for trial. One thing I noted is that it was already starting to dig in here with this pressure screw when I was doing some 18 gauge. So I put a foot on it from an old C-clamp, and other than that foot, the steering wheel, and the base, I haven't modified anything else. It does flex a bit out here. A lot of folks will show you this thing moving, you know, scissoring kind of left to right here when you bend thicker gauge steel, but I don't really find it to be a problem for the basic shapes that I'm doing. I might reinforce it later so that it's more solid. You can always add plate back here. Very common thing to do. A couple things I don't like about it. Never quite sure when to tighten and loosen this guy, which is keeping this bearing block up against the plate, because it does need to move up and down when you add tension, but you also want it solid so that it's supporting the shaft. So I'm not really sure. Right now it's loose so that you can take the metal in and out. It doesn't have any kind of spring to keep this up. A lot of guys will add some sort of a return spring here. I don't think it's a big deal to deal with, but if I was using it a lot, for sure I would add a return spring. And I've also noticed that depending on the angle of the shaft, sometimes these will bind up a little bit, and you can loosen this bolt back here so that this bearing block can tilt a little bit midway, maybe when you're setting up the sheet initially, and that takes care of that problem. This thing will move freely otherwise. So I'll say overall very happy with it. I'll show you a test bend, and that's it. It's kind of cool. I just this piece is potato chipping a lot because I put so many beads in random ways and didn't pre-stretch it or anything, but I did a flare down and flare up, kind of ended up with a bead. The steering wheel is awesome, makes it really easy to go around these things.